Welcome to the Tribune Scouting Report. I'm Jennifer Fierro here on the Faith Academy campus. The Flames put up an impressive win over Christian Academy of San Antonio, which means they have taken a giant step forward toward the playoffs. How big? We're going to ask head coach Russ Roberts that question as the Flames prepare this week for defending state champion Bulverde Bracken. Then we're going to check in with our expert Mark Earwood. All that and more on the Tribune Scouting Report right now.
Fall season in Texas calls for Sunday afternoons with friends, football, and of course, barbecue. At Bill Smith Butane, we take care of your fuel needs. Refill your propane bottles at one of our convenient locations and save big money on regular exchange prices. Bill Smith Butane.
Thanks for staying with us. We want to thank you for joining us wherever and however you're able to. We want to welcome head football coach Russ Roberts of Faith Academy. And Coach, congratulations on this big win over Christian Academy of San Antonio. Give us some thoughts about that game.
Well, it was a great game. It pretty much solided us into the playoffs, which is something that we needed to do. It gave us 2 victories in a row, and we're proud of that. And for me, it was a sweet victory because Casa is very close to where I grew up in San Antonio. And I always kind of feel like I'm playing my hometown boys when we play those guys. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for them. I got very intense because I probably fear Casa more than most coaches because I know what they're capable of. And so I got very intense during the week and it was fired up, and it was good to win a game like that.
What does this mean now for the playoff picture?
Well, we can be involved. Should we falter in these last 2 weeks, we could be involved in a 3-way tie for 2 slots. But because of the 45-point win over Casa, we're just about guaranteed that we would be one of the 2 teams that would go. So barring something that I haven't figured out mathematically, unless my calculator's got a low battery, we're in. And the decision now is we'll be the 3rd place team or the 4th place team. But there's always the chance of being the 2nd place team if we can come up with a big upset this week.
Okay. Now, of course, you talk about a big upset, and that is a tall order. Playing Bulverde Bracken, the defending state champs, undefeated right now. I think they're 8-0, 3-0 in district play. It seems like they've mercy ruled just about everybody they've played.
Everybody except one team. Austin Hill Country is the only team they did in 45. And you say 8-0 over the 2-year period. There's something like there's something like 20-0. So they don't remember the last time they lost a ball game, and nobody else does either. So it's a huge opportunity for us, and we're trying to take it as exactly that. As I told the young men yesterday, we can't lose. Everybody expects us to be 45. They expect to come in here in our stadium in front of our fans and pretty much have their own way, and we've got another idea about that.
Still, the Achilles brothers, Eli and Grady, are still the leaders of that team, right?
They're the leaders of everything they do, offensively and defensively. Eli, the junior who plays a quarterback and middle linebacker, probably makes, I'd say he makes 50%, I'd say 45% of all plays that their team makes. Grady makes probably another 48, 49% of all the plays made. The only reason he makes that few is because he doesn't play a lot of defense. So that leaves about 3% for the rest of the team, and they don't do too much. So you've got to control the Achilles brothers, and you've got to be able to stop them, and hopefully we'll be able to do that.
When y'all have won, you have won the turnover battle. How crucial will that stat be this week?
Well, just what you said. When we've won the turnover battle. So it becomes probably the most crucial stat we've got. We've won games running. We've won games where we threw a lot. We've won games with almost exclusively with defense. But it all comes down to turnovers. And last week, when the game was over, I thought the turnover battle was pretty even. But then when we actually looked at the numbers, we realized that we had a +2 again, and so that allowed us to make the big win. So I truly believe that if we can win the turnover battle, then we've got a chance to play with them. If we can't, then it's going to be like last year.
Okay, Coach, we appreciate it. All the best to you. Finishing up your regular season home games Friday night at Pony Stadium, Marble Falls Middle School campus.
You bet.
Okay, and we'll be right back with Mark Earwood.
We are established. We are qualified. We are certified. We are knowledgeable. We are dependable. We are Ken's Heating and Air. Our people make the difference.
We're back. We want to welcome Administrator Mark Earwood of Faith Academy to the set. And Coach, your Flames got it done last week.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that was a much-needed win and done in impressive fashion. So against a team that I thought going in we would be evenly matched with. So it was a really good statement game for the boys.
Well, and what kind of statement do you feel like the Flames sent, if not to the district, then maybe to all of Class 2A?
Well, I think probably the book on Faith Academy right now is that they have talent, but they were inconsistent. And what we saw Friday was that when you give that talent some consistency, it's a pretty formidable team. And we saw some new wrinkles out of them Friday that I was impressed with. You know, lining up in a tight formation and just ramming it down someone's throat. That was unusual. Not something that I've seen us do before. So all of those things are exciting.
Okay. Of course, now y'all are playing, to me, the Goliath in Class 2A in Bulverde Bracken. Know you were at the game last year, saw Eli and Grady Achilles. What is your impression of that duo?
Well, they're impressive athletes, and really, Grady Achilles has elite speed. You know, he's two-time defending 100-meter champ, and it's legit football speed. The kid just turns a corner and turns on the jets, and if you don't have the proper pursuit angle, or if you hesitate at all, he's gone. And last year, that's what happened to us. Poor pursuit angles, a little bit of hesitation, and you just can't do it against that kid. And his brother is younger, not quite as fast, but maybe more athletic in his abilities on the football field. He sees the field well. He's a good field general. And, you know, from all accounts, they're both really good kids, too. So that's what's tough. You can't even dislike them. So they're good.
For Faith to be victorious, other than, well, it sounds to me like the Achilles brothers account for so much of that overall Bulverde Bracken game scheme, that in order to beat Bulverde, you're going to have to stop them. I don't even want to say contain. I feel like you almost have to stop them. Would that be fair?
That is fair. And that's going to be a formidable task because nobody's done it yet. The only thing that gives me hope is that, you know, or what gives me the most hope is that Bracken has played one formidable opponent, that being Austin Hill Country, and they had their hands full with them. So my hopes is that the boys can come out, and if they will play with the consistency, not turn the ball over like they did last Friday night, and will bring that same intensity and the willingness to hit, they could take Bracken out of their game a little bit, and possibly cause them to put the ball on the ground. Achilles, as fast as he is, does have a tendency to let go of the football, especially as he begins to get a little bit winded, or at least that was the case a year ago. And, you know, so I've got some hope there. I think the boys can pull it off. They're going to have to play their best game of the season by far.
Do you feel like your defense matches up very well against what they do offensively? I
think we've got enough speed on defense to where if we take the proper pursuit angles and are sure in our tackles, that we can keep him from going as crazy as he did a year ago. He was the difference a year ago, obviously, and he's an elite back. So, but with the speed that we have on defense, the ability to go sideline to sideline, we can't have arm tackles, we can't have broken tackles. We've just got to grab hold and hold on. Grady is not the kind of kid that's going to break a lot of tackles. His forte is just not letting you get your hands on him. Once you get your hands on him, you can bring him down.
Okay. Coach, we appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
Welcome.
Look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank
we'll
you.
be right back with some closing thoughts.
Caring for you like family is not just our motto, it is our commitment to our patients. At Texas Hills Urgent Care Centers, our highly trained nurses, physicians, and staff know that your health and your family's health are important. With weekend and evening hours, Texas Hills Urgent Care Centers is here for all your family's health care needs, including treatment for illnesses, injuries, school and travel vaccinations, as well as many other services. Located on Highway 71 in Bee Cave and on Highway 281 in Marble Falls, convenient and professional medical care is just around the corner.
In order for the Flames to be victorious over Bulverde Bracken, look for them to channel their inner Spartan, and that means handling the Achilles brothers. Remember, Eli and Grady have simply wreaked havoc over Class 2A in taps because of the fact that they can run, they can pass, and they can also put several licks on the defense. Therefore, if Faith has any hope of upsetting Bulverde Bracken, they're going to have to handle the Achilles brothers. But no matter what happens on Friday night, we're going to be there celebrating the last home game of the regular season for the Flames. Until next week, I'm Jennifer Fierro.